Doom, doom, da. ASD Unfiltered. So we're here with Fieke, and we're talking in books because we don't. I mean, Manny's here now, and he has to add a little.
Yeah.
What do we call this?
Flavor.
No, not flavor. I was gonna say je ne sais quoi. The what is it? A little.
What are the little fish eggs?
So we were talking books. Relentless. This is a good
Yeah.
book. This is a good book, right?
I mean, I thought so. There's some good stuff in it.
There's definitely some good stuff in there. So real quick, it's written by Tim Grover, who trained Michael Jordan, Kobe, a lot of the Chicago Bulls actually. And sorry.
It's okay. Keep going.
And he is talking about three types of people. There's coolers, there's closers, and there's cleaners. And he believes that the cleaners are kind of the people who can make it no matter what, because they put in the work no matter the circumstances, and they just keep going.
Nice.
Yeah.
I.e. Michael Jordan,
I.e.
Kobe
Michael-
Bryant.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Good.
The one thing that puts me off a little bit is that you're talking about that the last episode that came out, at least,
Yeah.
kind of self-care. How do you take care of yourself?
Yeah.
And he puts that sometimes on the back burner.
Mm.
And I'm like, can you really be somebody who is always relentless if you don't take good care of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Or it makes you old fast.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
it
think you
limits
can
the
do it like
hardcore
without,
Kobe
yeah,
style.
but you're gonna in your
Burn
later
out
years,
faster, yeah.
you're gonna pay it back like somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in your later years, you'll have all that money. So
All right.
You could afford it. You
I
could
don't think that
afford stem
matters when you're
cells.
like Muhammad Ali,
You
right?
could afford the stem cells. It's okay.
So,
Yeah, Muhammad. Yeah, that's i.e. Muhammad Ali.
yeah.
Okay,
So
he didn't have money towards the end.
Yeah, but he couldn't enjoy it. That's the thing. It's like, how much are you going to enjoy?
Yeah, you could
So,
barely
so
talk,
he can
right?
enjoy it, right? He couldn't enjoy it, but does his family enjoy it? Does his legacy enjoy it? Did he
Okay,
contribute to the youth? Did he invest in charities?
Fucking Gemma.
Right?
She's
So like,
I think there's probably a better way
so
though, right?
everybody profited
could've
off
been,
of him, is what
maybe.
you're saying?
no, what I'm saying is like you have to make a choice, right? You put in all the work and you get the fruits of it. You have
What
to
are
pick.
you, what are you putting in the work
Would
for?
you rather live
Well,
it
you-
out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, with nothing, and just have a good life, or would you want to put in this work,
Manny would. I
sacrifice?
know
Well, I
you
think
you know,
I think what
It's
Fieke
a
was saying
choice.
was you put in the work, but then you got to recover. You got to take care of yourself
Yeah.
as you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
And a lot of these old school athletes, they didn't
They didn't do that.
do that. So
Yeah, he's talking a lot about like practicing and training through any injuries.
mhm.
And I think to an extent your body can handle more than you think it can,
yeah,
or
for sure.
a lot of people think it can. But at some point, at some level, that kind of
Yeah.
tops off.
Yeah.
You can't just keep going if you're in pain.
Spoken by a true fighter.
there it is.
Oh yeah.
So, Fieke, Brian is fashionably late, so we have one of our fighters here because we regardless of how everybody sees you,
James.
we collectively as your coaches think of you guys as fighters, or we train you as fighters, and you guys put in all the work. You especially are one of the few to really like you came in, you had a goal, you asked how to reach that goal, you took all of our criticism, you took everything and you put it, to work, and you're making it work because we could see the change. Like you look awesome.
Yeah.
You are the epitome of what we think when we think good students. Like you're the one.
Mhm.
Or
I've always
maybe
been a teacher's
you're
pet.
one
So.
of the three, I guess. Or how do we feel about our favorite student, Manny?
Yeah, she shows up. That's the main thing. That's number one. Show
Right.
up.
And then
So-
you put in the work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't ask questions, and if you do, they're good questions.
Does Manny agree with that?
For the most part, I think.
Sometimes I ask a question, and Manny's like, just don't do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I think
'Cause
there's
Fair
a better coach. That's why you train on the weekends as well. Like on your off time, you even come in and you train with another coach. I think that's the best time to ask questions.
Yeah. Because it's funny because people ask, like, if you could ask, and she knows her body best,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, just don't do the thing you're trying not to do.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
do the
It's
thing
like-
that you are trying to do.
Wait, how do I
Right.
not do this thing? Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
So,
But as you know, I don't know. I guess again, Manny's the outlier. But I remember having that same problem, and it took again. And I tell you guys all this all the time. Sometimes you just don't believe what you're feeling or seeing, or it's just not there for you, and you're like, I'm doing the thing you're telling me to do. I'm doing it. What more can I do? And it's like, no, you're not. You're not. But you're not. So, and sometimes you believe it to your heart until you see it for yourself. You're like, oh shit, that's what I was doing wrong, or oh, that's what I had to adjust. And then you see it. But like, I also have this, every once in a while, I have stuff. We all have stuff to fix at some point.
yeah.
Most of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of us. That's where that
I
balance, that technique and speed and power
Yeah.
like come into play, where we have to balance it, and sometimes we gotta slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And so you're getting a lot out of this book now, because I'm not a reader. I have too many punches to the head. I can't focus on things, but Relentless, it looks like a short read.
How many pages?
It's a quick read.
Couple
Oh,
hundred?
sorry. It's a quick read mostly.
How long have you been?
From good to
Reading.
great to
Reading?
unstoppable.
Like
Tim Grover. Plug.
2 or 3 weeks, but I stopped at one point because I was like,
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, like, have you been a reader? Like,
yes.
I see
Okay.
highlighter. Good job.
Yeah, I'm a person who highlights their books.
I like that.
Writes in it, everything.
It's yours. Why not?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've always been a reader, especially as a child, and then kind of throughout college or high school and college, I stopped. And then when I was doing my master's degree, I started reading again, or kind of like halfway through my undergrad, actually.
What are we going for?
I do read a lot of.
What's your master's, dude?
Oh, my master's.
What are we mastering in?
I have my master's in sport and performance psychology.
Nice.
So this is actually, I bought this because I was trying to understand some of the athletes that I work with. And whenever I read something for my work, I also try to implement it in the things that I do, because I am a big believer in like practice what you preach.
Heck yeah.
Which is also like, if I have a goal, I want to divide it up. I want to make sure that I get to that goal, that I reach my goal, because I know how to, because I literally studied it. And then, but that's the tricky part. Like, you have to also, you can have a goal. That's great. That's a good first step. And then you have to put in the work.
Right.
And I fear a lot of people like, oh, I have this goal and I want to reach it. Period.
Yeah. Not everybody has that same outlook. They you almost said it. It's like they're afraid of change, or they're afraid to succeed, and then they let that just stop their whole overall progress.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the times too. It's like, but what if I fail? Okay, well then you've worked towards the goal. Then you've bettered yourself in some way.
Yeah, you never really truly fail if you try.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
That's why it's good to know why you're even doing that goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
'Cause then that's going to get you through those times that you don't want to do the thing
Yeah,
that you're doing.
You're just struggling
Yeah.
or whatever.
You don't want to
reason.
wake up from that nap and
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So it's good.
All right. So
So you already got your master's?
Yes, I
Okay.
graduated last summer.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
And now
Would you write your paper on?
What?
That's a great question. That's it's been a while. Mindfulness in tennis players.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Alright. How many pages was it?
It wasn't super long because I got it's an applied master's degree. So my main project actually was more so creating a sort of app / template that sports psychology practitioners can use
Oh,
to take all their notes, keep track of all their assessments. But the paper itself was about, I think, 25 pages. It will actually get published in the university library system online some point this summer.
Super subtle,
Yeah.
very
So-
humble.
Just 20 to 25
She's
pages.
like,
Just
whatever.
20 to 25.
I like that.
I'm not 25 anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
funny.
That's awesome. So you sound like you're doing things.
Yeah.
And now that you've jumped on board to our Muay Thai train, when is this fight coming?
That's a great question.
Because you are getting there. Your conditioning is nice, going well. Your weight is down.
Yep.
You're consistent with training, and I don't know. Manny has had the most eyes on you. So, is she ready to fight, Manny? I don't know.
I think in the fall, right? I think that's the
I
plan.
hope so. Yeah, I think there's a fight in October that I'm kind of looking at, but there's just a lot of things up in the air.
Yeah, you got a
that
lot
is the
going
part
on,
where
right?
James is like, is she really a fighter? Maybe not, because there's a lot of
I was
other
gonna
things in the
say,
air.
What kind
not
of athletes are you working with right now?
Well, right now it's summer, so not a lot. I work with some high schools
cool.
throughout the area. So I kind of work through the seasons. So in the
Okay.
fall, we're working with some football. I think water polo is coming up. Cross country probably. Starting to work with a girls' high school too, so I'll probably be working with field hockey, which is nice because that's my quote unquote original sport.
How fun. No skates.
No skates, no field hockey.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Really?
Oh. Mm-mm.
That's what you used to play in middle school. I think that's when I started doing that one. It's PE. You just run around with sticks and balls instead of a puck on the ice.
Oh, okay. So
Same thing.
you're on the blacktop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. It just keeps kids busy. You
Yeah.
know, like, and then they
And
can
you
hit
have-
each other, bumping stuff. You know, it was fun.
You just have your shoes.
Yeah.
on, so, okay. So okay, you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's funny because I always said, like, I want to have a sport that I don't have to wear shin guards anymore, because that's what you wear for field hockey. And then I started doing
Now
Muay
you're
Thai.
doing kickboxing. I
Wow.
love it. Well, I mean, at some point, we'd like you guys to get cool enough to just not need shin guards all the time.
that's how they do it in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it keeps you nice and controlled.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
last week we did a little bit of
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
we're
you guys.
great.
very
were
light
in-
flow sparring without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried it.
I heard.
Thank you, Jacob,
I
for
heard
the
it.
bruises on my
It
shin.
went
Mira
good.
was trying to check people. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Well, it's funny because we train checking so much
Mhm.
that it's sometimes, and we saw that yesterday during practice too, like it's so hard to kind of turn off your brain
Mhm.
or turn on your brain and say, like, do not check right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your
Well,
feet
I
on
mean,
the floor.
I guess it's hard
'Cause-
for some people.
Yeah.
For me, still. See, we're still
I think
growing.
I checked last night too on accident
Yeah.
because I was just like, "Why not?" I was like, "Yeah, why do I keep taking these kicks?" I was like, "Oh, it's because it's not part of the drill."
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, James.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I've been hit a lot of times, and it's just part of the routine for me.
Yeah.
So let's see. You're working with schools.
Yes.
What do you do with them?
So I work both teams and individual athletes, and we work on kind of the mental side of the sport. So it's a little bit of mental toughness, confidence, concentration, focus, teamwork,
Does that translate here?
Yes, absolutely.
So, especially when you're working like with people in your class, do you give them advice? Curious.
Well, I try not to because it's like I'm trying here to be a student and not also a coach. Sometimes I do like
Catch yourself.
well, I don't like I'm if I see a person in need of like a little pick me up, I will give a little tidbit of advice.
This
But-
is 100% okay with us.
Yeah, no,
So
and I know
long as
that
you're
it's
not
okay for you, but it's
superseding what
no,
it
no,
is
no.
that we're teaching.
But it's more so for myself, right?
Yeah.
Because I like again, I'm here for myself
Yeah.
and not to.
Coach used to
They
have to
also work.
remind me of that,
Mhm.
especially when you're teaching half the classes during the day and then you jump into a class and you're like trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
And he's like, he used to get mad. He used to yell.
hmm
And it was always me because like I just have I'd rather talk than train. Because I was doing 2 days already anyway. So I was like, any chance I could get to slow down and not be with like someone like Manny who's going to push me and make me fucking work.
Yeah, see, I think that's the best example. It's just
You
to
do
keep,
have to.
to keep doing the thing, and then
Yeah.
it forces them to rise as well.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. And
That's why I'm always trying to work with people who I know are going to push me.
yeah. And I actually, you know what? I think we were worried in the beginning because you were so tall
Uh-huh.
and that you would have no training partners. But I think we've gotten a good mixture of people for
Yeah.
you now to
Mhm.
beat up.
Yeah. Do we want
Which
to
is
share
great.
for context how tall I am?
I mean, you can stand. We do have cameras, but like, yeah, what are you, like 6 foot now?
Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, you sit right over. Every time I talk to you, I'm always looking up for some reason. I'm like, I have to get on my tiptoes and.
You're only six foot?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that
She
is
looks taller, huh?
Because she wears her shoes. Like usually when she's not shoes or slides, it's plus like I figure everybody looks tall to you. Shit.
Well,
No,
it's
but even
also-
on the mat, like
if
compared
people-
to other people.
Yeah, well, people will tell you that. Like, okay, let me put it this way: men will tell you that they're 6 foot, but if
They're
they,
not. That's what's
I'm not
going
gonna
on.
lie.
James, I knew you
Like-
weren't 6 foot.
I'm not gonna lie, being 5'10" or 5'11", say that I'm 6
That's
foot because I'm like, why would
hilarious.
I
Full on
lie about
5'10".
that?
I will right away say I'm 5'10". I'm not even. I told you I'm looking up at her all the time. Like that's 2 inch solid
That's
inches.
so funny. You know, I had a friend that I think he's close to 6 foot, but I would bag on him and say, "You're not 6 foot," and he actually got mad.
How
Shut
funny.
up, you're freaking short. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
like,
"Hey,
dude, that's all I
why
had
are
to
you
say.
attacking me?"
You're that triggered over that? That's crazy. But
Bring him here and when I'm here, and then we can
Yeah.
like
That's
you
pretty
can just
awesome.
like casually see if he's taller than me or not.
yeah, I don't think he is. That's funny.
Well, so now this is a good opportunity for you to jump on the bandwagon of shit talking with us. So
Ooh.
since you train with a lot of these people, we got some fights coming up, right?
We do. Yeah.
do.
Yeah, how
July
soon?
6th. Is it July 6th?
July 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So excited for them.
So, Brian isn't here. He's usually the one that remembers everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
yeah.
usually maybe
true.
writes stuff down even.
Yeah.
But do you remember who's fighting?
Yeah, actually, let's see.
Do you have a list
No, I don't.
in your head?
In my head, yeah. Cecilia.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cecilia's fighting.
You know, I love when the kids fight, man. Like we had a what is it, 14, 15-year-old kid last time?
Last time, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. Like it's crazy because she doesn't seem like a kid because she beats people up, but
Yeah.
like she's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy how like
Mhm.
she could
So-
fuck somebody up.
Didn't
yeah.
she do a lot of jujitsu too?
Oh, the other girl? that
Yeah.
did it? Yeah. She
Yeah.
did jujitsu, yeah.
The
The other 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The other
she-
15-year. Chloe?
she left,
Chloe,
huh?
Chloe, yeah. She's taking a sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
But yeah,
to
so we got,
practice jujitsu.
yeah, I don't know. But we got Cecilia. We got Natasha.
Ooh.
We
Natasha's
got-
fighting.
Mhm.
Natasha's fighting. We got
Sam.
Sam.
Starting with the girls.
Yeah, that's what I was starting with.
Yeah.
So Sam, yeah. We got Jacob. We got
Round 2 for Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Mikhail,
Okay.
Okay.
Sebastian, Kevin,
No shit. So we got a fight team, man.
Dom.
Dom.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there's one more. I could be wrong.
So
Joe, yeah.
Joe, yeah.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
He's like, why does everyone call me that? I'm like, you did karate, fool.
Yeah, I was like, what?
So, yeah.
Duh.
So 9 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And that's July 9th. Where is that?
6th.
Is that, or 6th?
So something like
Is that another Fit Expo in San Jose? Is that what you
Yeah.
guys are
San
talking
Jose
about?
Exposition.
No, they canceled the Fit
Oh,
Expo. So
shit.
they changed the venue to Seven Trees.
Same day?
No, it's like a week
okay.
later.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know why they had another Fit Expo like one city over.
I don't know.
I'm like, that's weird kind of timing.
Yeah.
And it was like the next, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cool. So how are these guys look? Most of them already fighted. So fighted. Fuck.
Fought.
Punched in the head. Most of them have already fought before previously.
They foughted.
So they fouted.
Except
so
Cecilia.
We
I
got
think she's the only one.
Sammy coming in as
Sam
a
did the
new.
in-house, right? I think she did the in-house before.
Yeah, but that's just like hard sparring. So like
Okay,
But
so
we'll
she-
say
she hasn't fought either.
Sammy's gonna be. She didn't have to deal with nothing that comes with doing a PMT.
Mm.
Like that little bit of time they had to wait in the beginning, there was no real pressure.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna
Well,
be her
there's
first
some. There's
fight.
people. There's people.
Yeah, I
watching.
know,
There's
but
people
like,
watching.
and that was the point behind it, right? Like
Yeah,
that's why I
it'd be
wanted
fun.
everybody to. We should have another sparring night, not
Yeah,
like
we should.
just sparring night. Just fuck the event. We'll just
Yeah.
Muay Thai sparring night, and
Yeah.
we'll just call it like on a Saturday night. We'll do some sparring.
Yeah.
and then
Get a bunch of people to watch.
and
That's the
then
main
we'll-
thing
Yeah,
to get that past that mental thing.
I like it. So,
Sports
Sammy's
psych
gonna be going
related. That
first.
is very, very good preparation.
Yeah. That was my idea. BT
Yes.
dubs. I came up with that. I was like, this is, and for that reason too. I was
Yeah.
like, look, all you guys are thinking about fighting. Why not, make this like let's knock the nerves off of this whole mess
Mhm.
and just get into it.
Mhm.
And man, it went over real well. And
Yeah, it
start
was.
off with like the best fight. Oh, thank you, Shane. But yeah,
See if he gives me
it's
one. Nope.
nope,
All right.
no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Only for me.
He'll pay for that in class later.
Yeah, right.
1,000 push-ups.
Because I'm feeling left out.
I think he has the mental fortitude to do 1,000 push-ups in a
Yeah,
class.
he probably does. So we're we need to have another fight
Yeah,
night.
that'd be
Like
cool.
not even just like a big, but like just sparring, and
Yeah.
we'll put people together. It doesn't have to be like it was fun giving out medals and like judging and stuff, and having we'll still
We have a trophy at home. Remember the goat trophy?
that's going to be when we all fight. That'll be when we all try to fight Brian. I think that should be the. Let's see who can last the longest with Brian, and then they get that, and then they get to give him the trophy.
Did we have a winner for ours when we did it? The in-house thing?
There was no. I mean,
There was no winner?
because everybody fought once, pretty much.
I thought we gave out the medals to winners.
Yeah,
Oh, we
but
did.
only to between the
okay.
two.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You know,
But like we
because
don't
it
have
make
to
it
have
more
medals.
realistic. You know,
And we
so-
got them from the dollar. I think I got them from the dollar store or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
No,
it was
we got
about
it
scoring
from-
like a real thing.
I bought it from Amazon. Never mind.
Oh.
That was. Let me not diminish those shitty things that I got from Amazon. So I didn't
Yeah.
spend $1 on them.
Yeah,
I spent a few dollars on them because it wasn't cheap. Well, it wasn't. It was pretty cheap, but like, it wasn't from the dollar store. So
there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're wearing your shoes.
So Sammy, how's she looking? She's gonna look pretty good.
Yeah, she's
also got
having
the
a little
energy
trouble.
then.
She's having a little trouble getting inside, dealing
Oh,
with
okay.
people's long guards. So she
Oh,
was
yeah.
asking us about
She's
that
gonna have that
yesterday.
Well,
So
I think nobody better to help her with that than you.
So,
But that means she's got to learn that Tyson bob and weave shit like that Lou does sometimes.
Mhm.
I think that you have refined that. You don't necessarily do that much anymore, right? You don't have
well, I the only reason why I don't is because it works so good. Like, so I was trying to work on other stuff.
to.
You know what I'm saying? Like long range, like
Get more kicks.
more Thai style.
Honestly,
type
how
thing.
many kicks do you even throw sometimes? I don't notice.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of Dutch style, right?
Oh,
Like, yeah.
I haven't
You
sparred.
finish
My
it.
leg
I
kicks
haven't
have,
sparred in a while.
or my legs have received
know.
quite
I
a
have
few
video
leg
of
kicks
us-
from Manny
Yeah.
during sparring.
I have video of us sparring.
But was it
Like
like were we
2022,
doing dumb
or
shit?
2023.
Dumb shit
No, we're
sparring?
in here.
Yeah, I remember
And I
last
think
time
it
we were
was-
in there. I think we
I
were
don't know
doing
if-
dumb
I
shit
don't know
though.
if it was Lou was there.
Yeah,
Well, we were just
that
doing like a
means
round
we were
robin.
doing dumb shit.
Well, we were just doing everything.
Yeah, but I used to.
No,
and I still do. I fucking hit you guys too hard. I just remember that every time we were sparring, it was like I would get frustrated and beat the shit out of you guys. Because like you would just be punching the shit out of me.
No,
and I'd
I
be like,
did see the
"Fuck."
video. Like a lot of shots
We
landed,
were
and I
doing a
could
lot
see
of
you getting
boxing back then,
frustrated.
though. Yeah, of course.
And then like you would try to throw a bomb, and then but it was like slow, because
Of course.
you're getting. But I mean, it's part of the game.
hella out of shape
That's
too.
just how a fight might go.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
I like how the retelling of the story is different from each
Well,
of your perspectives.
Not really.
we'll play the.
Why is that
we'll-
different? Why is that
You're like,
different?
I'm beating up on all of y'all. And he's over here. It's like, yeah, you tried to throw some, but it was slow.
Well, I'm sure. 'cause-
Let's just consult the video.
We'll
Yeah,
define
well,
the definition of what I mean by beating up. If I'm hitting them hella hard, I feel like I'm beating them up. You know what I mean? It's like nobody should be doing shit like that anyways. That's what I get mad at people for doing in class. So I'm like, why am I doing it? Well, it's because we were in class, but
Yeah, we weren't.
and still, I'm like, these fuckers keep hitting me.
Yeah.
I better hit them back. I'm like, you can't hit softly when you're thinking like that.
Yeah. So
All right, so Sammy's looking good, but she needs a little help getting on the inside. I get
Yeah.
it. Let me see. Who else is new? Celia, that's going to be her first one.
yeah.
So she usually looks pretty good, but I think what I've seen is her stances could use a little work. She needs to get a little bit lower or like dig in a little bit because I feel like
Yeah.
her chin is up way too high sometimes.
Mhm.
Like, and it could just be the lack of fear.
Mm.
Like maybe she just hasn't been caught in the chin, like with a good uppercut. You gotta hit these fucking. I almost said hit these bitches, but you gotta hit these chicks with uppercuts, man.
Okay.
He's looking at you.
Yeah.
You can't
What you do in class.
You can't do it, but you can. Just
Yeah.
because, like, if that chin is up, you got to take advantage. You go up or over, one way or another. You're gonna catch them.
Manny is looking at me because I am also notorious of not
Putting
keeping
your
my chin
up.
tucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
It's a process. We got to get those
Those golf balls.
ASAP.
we haven't done that. They're there.
They're
still
there
there
in the bin.
Yeah. Okay.
in the red top.
Yeah.
I would bring them sometimes to Mayweather.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we used to steal the balls and use them. It was like, hey man, if you're gonna, be good at this, you gotta. It's
Yeah.
always about this stance. And let's talk about last night. No, wait. Sammy, Celia. So
Celia, yeah.
who else is new? Mikhail's fought.
That was
Kevin and Sebastian have
Kevin,
both fought.
Sebastian.
Jake was
Dom.
Dom is new.
Dom
Dom.
looks fucking crazy. He almost looks like I looked when I fought, except, 6 years older, 10 years older.
Mhm.
But he looks like just a jacked old guy,
Yeah.
like a jacked old guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to get tired fast.
Hopefully
I mean?
not.
So we just have to emphasize, I think he's doing good, and he has good cardio, but his arms are going to get tired. I could see that shit happening because his arms looked like my arms looked just lean from probably dieting or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Keeping it trim. And then I just know all those muscles are just going to get so tired so fast.
Lactic acid.
Yeah.
We'll see
I
tonight.
wish
We'll
I
see.
could remember that shit.
Yeah.
Are you putting him in Shark Tank tonight?
Probably not, but just sparring, regular sparring, see how I did.
Fuck,
But
I miss sparring. God damn.
need you back in there,
It'll be soon.
or at least hop in for a Shark Tank. You know?
Yeah. Oh, call me on a Saturday. I'll
Yeah, that's
come.
what I'm saying.
Let me see what else. So we got
And
Dom.
Joe's first time, right?
Yeah.
Joe already I feel like he's already ready, right? Mentally. Like he wants it, but like I think that's also what's holding him back because that's scaring him. Like he's young too, right? Isn't he
Yeah,
like 16, 17?
Yeah, I think he's 17.
So he has the mental
Fuck, we
part.
got all these kids fighting, man. I love it.
He has the mental part as far as pushing himself.
Yeah.
You know, the other part he needs to calm himself.
Yeah.
So
He's always
yeah.
Yeah.
his head is going a
So-
million miles a minute. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
You kind of had that in the beginning, right? When you were kind of scattered a little bit, no?
I think so. Probably. Sometimes I still am.
Okay, so even when I was working here and doing 2-a-days, like I would work until what, 7:15 or so? No, because that's back when we started at 8. So I would work until about 8. Because that's when everybody would sign into class. We used to do class at 8 and stay until 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the beginning, it was 7:30, I think.
Sucked.
7:30 to 9. And then
Jesus. And then grit
Stay
took over
after.
at 7. So we would have a Krav class and a grit class at 7
Mm-hmm.
because coach didn't want to compete. And if you saw last night, nobody could have competed with us last night. What was the
bad.
final
That-
number?
that
7?
was-
65.
We had
That was
Wow.
insane.
somehow we had 65 people on
Yeah,
that
it
mat
was
last night.
that was,
Crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like
But it
I
was
was
good.
looking around and it was especially I
we
love that there were
managed-
so many girls.
we managed to make it work,
Yeah.
which was crazy. Do you have more Masubi? Is that why you're late? Damn it. So,
So,
but
Pick your
like,
spot, sorry.
we had so many people and we made it work. Like that was the best part. Like ladies had enough room on the small mat
Yeah.
and we were packed on the big mat, but we found a way to make it work, which was
Mhm.
yeah.
incredible.
Probably not more than that, right?
Yeah, no,
not
I
more
think
than 65 or whatever.
65 could be a cap. We just cap it at
No.
I think it
first.
should be like 50.
Yeah, because we were supposed to do clinching last night and we did not. We didn't have the room to do any of that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like people would have been bumping, stepping on each other and doing. It was already pretty tight.
Yeah. I think it
So-
helped that there were a lot of new people so they could work on the bag and
Yeah.
Brian took them apart kind of like
We were gonna do that
on
last
the
night,
side.
but there was so many people. I just was like, let's scrap it and do basics. Like we just we broke it down. Like we didn't even have room to do tie pads. There wasn't.
Yeah,
we weren't gonna
didn't
make
have room
people
for tie
grab a
pads.
bunch of
Yeah.
gear. So it was like, just put your gear on. We'll teach you how to kick and punch.
Mhm.
You know, and it was like I remember class like that with coach. Like he would just be like, break down the punch. Like I remember him telling the story. Like and it was him as a kid sitting on a wooden platform
Mhm.
with a cup of water,
Mhm.
and he was teaching us about how to punch. You stand like this with your hand vertical, and when you punch, you turn it horizontal at the very end. You don't turn it as you're going. You can see that coming a mile away. It messes with your punch. But as you snap at the very end,
Mhm.
that's how you get that I don't know what it was, but it was something about the snap of the punch.
Mm.
So he said his boxing coach, his first boxing coach, when he was like fucking, I don't know if it was 12 or before then,
Mhm.
but he said when he started boxing when he was 12,
Mm.
or fuck, I wish I could remember if it was 12 or not. Sorry, coach. He said his coach would give him a cup of water with, one of those little cups, and he held his cup out and he said, he stood there
Mhm.
and he's like, pour your water into my cup, and he's sitting there with the cup and he was turning it and spilling the water all the way over. And he's like, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to make sure it gets in the cup. If you drop any of the water on the way to the cup, we're doing burpees all fucking day, 100 push-ups or 1,000 push-ups. So he's doing this. And I remember we spent maybe half a class just working on our rotation. I don't think we do that enough. Well, that's actually
Yeah.
something that you can do more during the day because you have
Yeah.
a lighter load. we couldn't do that at night with all those people. But like, well, on the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we already talked about that, Brian. Where were you?
He was listening.
He was listening in the car.
Yeah,
We're live right now.
And it would be great. Like the best part about your daytime classes is that you're not overloaded, and we actually have the resources. Like, can you imagine all those fucking tennis balls at night, just fucking
would be
flying
absolute
everywhere? It's
mayhem.
like I dropped mine, but I grabbed somebody else's. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, so
Nice sweaty tennis ball.
yeah. So you know, it's pretty great that our program is growing, you know, like the way it is, and just doing such a good job with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly you guys at night, which is great. And then we actually, we were talking classes, how many classes you teach since you took over for me, kind of pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know how many you teach a week?
It's about 20. Right.
Under, yeah.
Yeah. It's almost 20.
It's almost 15.
It should be 20.
It's
It's all right. You know, sometimes
actually,
we have
it's,
some.
it's pretty much more than 20.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna say because you
Yeah. I was
you
like,
also do the hit
Okay,
class sometimes,
we'll
so
talk
that's
about
like
how many you get paid
4 a
for
day.
as opposed to how many you teach.
those are two
Yeah,
different things.
it's about 20.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, man, when you hear this much, and we ruined your coffee break. So
Yeah,
FYI,
absolutely.
I
My
would've-
coffee
if,
is
if
back
I were
there.
you, I would have
Oh.
brought it. And I just keep looking at it and thinking about how bad I feel for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
But we're going to end anyway. So like, Brian is here and he's going to give us a good topic to end on.
Oh, you want to talk about the sex change?
Oh, is that what happened? Because I didn't say any of that.
Not this episode.
Okay, so we're talking new classes then. What do you guys have an idea? Would either of you, even Brian, or I guess Gemma's since she's on the mic, or no, Gemma could jump on, or Brian could jump on Gemma's mic.
Here.
What would be a good class to put in at 7:00?
Instead of grid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just at a 7:00 time.
Mm.
Like what is something that we can do here? Like if we didn't have anything else going on, like we weren't doing a kickboxing class because we already got that. We weren't doing a grit class because we already got that. So what is something we could do at 7:00 that we don't already do?
Okay, that's a good
What do you
question.
think? Manny has an idea.
Well, I mean, there's only one answer, but go ahead.
There's only one answer.
What about Brian? I bet Brian has something now that he's here.
This would be on the main room, that non-matted room.
Or whatever. Yeah,
Alright.
maybe main room.
Just a
I mean-
7:00 thing to do. What's
yeah,
a good
just
class?
something at 7.
Anything.
If I can kick Krav off, I mean.
What are you gonna say? Are you gonna say yoga or some shit? No.
Do you even know me, bro?
Yeah, you do yoga. You do hot yoga or whatever.
Yeah,
with
but
the
not
loo.
at 7. That's
Oh.
prime time.
Oh,
That's like where everyone comes,
okay.
right?
So where do we want
Depends.
everybody to go that is not in Muay Thai
Well,
class?
if Muay Thai isn't their thing, I think the only other thing that would make sense is jujitsu.
Ooh.
I mean-
shit. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, universe?
That's
Manny wants jujitsu for some reason.
Well, I mean,
Brian, have you ever done jujitsu?
Yeah, I have a blue belt.
Wait, what? What?
Casual.
What the fuck?
Hey!
When
So
the
that
hell
means
was that?
he spent a couple of years doing it
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I stopped only because I was rolling with a white belt and I tore my meniscus. That's how I tore my MCL.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it, even though in Muay Thai I've hurt myself so many goddamn times. That's why I don't do jujitsu. I'm
Yeah.
afraid, man.
Yeah, I mean it's just hard here given the economics because like
Yeah.
the jiu-jitsu school, because of the belt system, there's so many ways to monetize, right? And so I think that just in general, a decent instructor would be expecting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
What year did
you
you
know
do it?
jujitsu? You want to teach some classes?
You're
I'm-
a blue belt.
I'm talking-
I think you're
I'm
qualified.
talking-
Oh,
I think it
spaghettios.
requires a minimum of a brown belt to have a decent
I
program.
think we can
I
get
don't
away
think that's
with
true.
whatever we want to do, Brian.
I've heard other things.
Yeah.
What else have we heard? What else have
That's
we
so
heard?
funny though, Ryan, because I even heard like when you say like monetizing it, I've read about like gyms having belts in Muay Thai, and I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
That's a money,
Like-
that's a money making scheme.
scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You hear
just
that, world?
taking away
There
from
are
the
no
art
Muay Thai
Yeah.
belts. There's
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
dedication
Yeah.
and hard work.
Yeah.
and hard work.
You're now a 7-stripe white belt. Give me $500.
Yeah, now you have to buy new gloves
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
pro shop.
From me. I made in my garage. Yeah.
And I also sell on Etsy on the side.
Yeah, that's it. Bedazzled gloves.
Bedazzled gloves.
Yeah.
Nice. So, jujitsu, maybe. How about you, expert? What do you think are good?
Ooh. Yeah, it's like no, I mean I love the fighter flow. But I think a lot of the fighters need to do some of the fighter flow, so you can't have that at the same time.
So, one of our suggestions, which clearly we haven't gotten on,
Okay.
is aggressively suggesting to the people who stay at 8 o'clock to instead take the 7 o'clock grit class.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, that you were talking about that.
Oh, so you did hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, since you are
I am one of those
one
people
of the
who
only
usually
fighters?
stays
Yeah.
at 8. I mean, I do love the grit classes. You know that. I started out just doing grit classes here.
Until you found the better.
And
way
until
better class.
I got the confidence to actually show up to Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's a great idea, but I also do feel
Uh-oh.
like
you like that extra work, right? It doesn't
I do like
matter
the
if
extra
it's-
work,
Mhm.
but I also really appreciate the skill work that we do at 8 p.m.
Fair enough. Yeah. You like that extra. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the 7
tough
o'clock is
balance.
much more technical, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so you can actually execute things at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, we're trying to go for bigger picture things, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not necessarily going to say skip 7 and just hop right into 8. Even the more advanced fighters, I mean, they still need to be working their basics every day.
Brian, where were you when we were having this conversation originally?
Not here.
Well, I mean, someone should have said it.
You
Someone should
must
just
not have
said-
been here when we originally had this conversation, because, man, that would have been good feedback. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Because, yeah, we were just trying to fill the class. But, like, if we could put, like... I wish there was a technical way to do Muay Thai in the main room at 7.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
outside of what we already do. You know, like even if it's just revolving around bag work or something else like this. You know what I mean?
Well,
like it
I
would be
mean,
so
I think the original intention was 6 o'clock grid class was supposed to be, eventually it would turn into a more technical striking class.
oh the hit class at
whatever,
6?
whatever we want to call it, hit. Yes.
Mhm.
6 is-
JCF?
Sure.
The-
Okay, hit JCF, 300, whatever it's called these days.
Mm.
Because I mean, it's just right now. It's just we just want people to like flail their arms and hit
Yeah, I know.
and smack leather. But I mean,
God,
I
would-
do.
I would-
Ideally,
We only want that because we can hit him easier. I don't know what you mean. I don't want that. I feel
So,
bad.
James, for me, would you recommend me if I, like, right now I have the time to sometimes be here twice a day? So, would you recommend going to the Muay Thai at noon, then grit at 7, and then Muay Thai at 8? Or other way around?
This is a good thing to end on. Now let's bring it back. Let's do a callback to your book. Now you say at some point you need to recover. At some point you need to rest. If you
Yes.
overdo things, you're already able to do 2-a-days. But like overdoing it, doing 2-a-days might be a little rough. And when you
Yeah. So that's why I'm not here every day, twice a
Yeah,
day.
Good. And so I think that if you like I think you said it best. You know your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to do something. If you start feeling something, you know, you just adjust. And I think that's the only way to answer that, because there's no right answer. Like,
Yeah,
I think
it depends on what we have, because right now we have a system that we're in
It
fight camp,
works, and
right?
it
So
works.
we're doing the technical beginner class, then we do the advanced, and then
and
we're
then you
doing
guys
conditioning.
have that conditioning at the
after.
end. So
So-
it's almost like you don't need
Yeah,
it.
for now. But
Yeah. Like if you're off and you're not training like in fight camp,
Mm-hmm. Which I'm not.
absolutely you can
mhm.
choose to do that if your
Mhm.
body is going to let you. And you can
That's a
always
great
ask
question.
what we're doing that day.
Mhm.
I think Thursday is a good day for for you guys to jump on, because you're already going to be sparring at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So why not tire these fools out at
Mhm.
7 and take that grit class?
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah,
Brian?
there's a few people
Yeah,
that
I
do
think
that
that
right
was
now.
the initial idea, right?
And Brian said, I remember him saying that he was going to jump in with you guys from time to time and show you how it's done.
At 8?
At 7,
Oh, at 7.
Oh, it's 7. I mean,
into the grit with everybody.
oh, well, sure. I mean, I
I mean, that's what you said. I remember it. You know, I don't want to call you a liar or anything, but I remember you saying, "Oh yeah, you know that thing we never talked about? I'll totally be there at 7 with everybody."
I was actually going to bring up the alternative would be we save the really really intense workout till for like 8:30. Like we kind of used to do that where we would get our. I mean, this is when classes were effectively like 2 hours long. But if it was basically, we would work the technical stuff, work the sparring application stuff, and then we would dive into the really really hard workout on the main room.
Kettlebells.
Kettlebells,
I remember.
Yeah.
pushing sleds.
That'd be on
pull-ups.
Wednesdays though.
Yeah. And then that way, yeah. the non-technical stuff that can get sloppy, we can kind of just save it for the end of class, where you can push your body, but you're not going to necessarily get injured. Yeah.
It's underneath Manuel. And on that note,
We will pin it, right?
yeah. Well, I guess we should start the show now.
ASD Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Doom, doom.